Hi folks, welcome to my YouTube channel Retro Photo House. Today I would like to show you some useful trick about Helios 44-2 lens. I will show you how to get rid of preset aperture feature. For example, in my left hand I have modified lens, declicked. It is especially useful for filmmakers. You see? And in my right hand I have the original version Helios. We will modify it. The ring is reversed. F16 it's open and F2 it's closed, because this is a preset feature with two rings with clicks. If you ignore about this feature, please watch my video explaining how it works. To perform this work, we will need some tools. First of all, the set of flat screwdrivers of 1.2 mm, 1.6 mm and 2.5 mm. This is important. Then we will need the electric insulation tape. I use the black one. We will need the red nail varnish, sharp knife like a cutter I have here, cleaning cloth, wood tooth stick, and some organic dissolvent. For example, here I have the pure alcohol to remove the grease inside the lens. With these tools we can start. First step we need to do is to put a red dot using the red nail varnish on external outer rim of the lens, if there is no one. Because, for example, this lens, it has the red dot from plant, but very often, especially while die made, they don't have the red dot on outer rim, only on the ring of aperture movement. So we will need to put it. First of all, please make sure by turning the ring with clicks like this, you see, that red dot on the aperture movement ring aligned with the F2 number, and aperture blades are completely open. Then please take your varnish. I use for example the wooden stick. I take a bit of it and I'm putting the red dot carefully on external rim. Like this, for example, and let it dry. Just leave it for a while. Then we need to open the lens. You take it with your two hands. You make sure that your red dot is already dried. You take it with your hands and by turning firmly you unscrew it counterclockwise, as like here, you see. Focusing block you put apart, you don't need it. We will work onto the optical block. Please take optical block in your hands and you will see the screw here. Take your biggest screwdriver and remove the screw like this. Then you will see two grooves. One of the grooves, it has the screw inside. please make something like a marking on the side of the screw, groove with the screw. Then just take another screwdriver and remove this screw. Then we will remove this ring. Please pay attention to this distance between this surface and this surface. Surface of the ring should be put deeper onto the body. It is important detail while reassembling the lens. Now you just take the optical block into hands and you remove the ring. We'll have something like this. Now we will work with the brass ring and details and parts here. We will need to remove the clicking mechanism here, you see? We will declick our lens. To do this, there are two screws. We need to remove them. One and two. This you don't need anymore. You can throw it if you wish. Neither this. This manipulation results in that this ring is turning smoothly. Of course, there are many oil, so you take your cleaning cloth or paper or whatever else wiping solution you have, and you remove excessive grease from this ring like this. You see? So we have our ring with numbers. It turns smoothly without clicks. Now we need to make this ring with numbers a little bit more loose. To do this, we will work with the brass ring. It holds the ring with numbers on its place. So there is a big screw, and just here near it, on the bottom side, there is a hole with a little screw. We need to remove it. Please take your 1.2 millimeter screwdriver and very carefully remove it in order not to break out the head. Very slightly, very gently you put the screwdriver in the hole and just turning by a little bit by applying a bit of force one side and another like this. You are removing the tiny screw from its hole. You see, but it's good thing to do before removing screw, to make a marking on this side of the optical block corresponding to the place of this screw, like this. You see? Here we have the marking. So you remove the screw completely, and you have here your marking. We need to unscrew the brass ring for one full turn, like this. Here's our marking, you see. And now we need to align the hole with our marking, like this. Now the ring became loose as we need it. And now you put your little screw and you put in the hole and you screw it in to fix the brass ring from moving, to prevent brass ring from moving. You screw it firmly and gently inside in order not to damage the head. You apply a bit of force to make sure the brass ring is not moving. And you will have something like this, you see? Now we need to degrease this surface, this one, and inner surface here. To do this, I use a pure alcohol and just a cleaning cloth. I put the medical alcohol onto the cleaning cloth and I wipe it. I wipe the ring inside, like this. And the same thing I perform with this ring. There are remains of grease and dirt, and we need these surfaces to be dry. Once done, we take the insulation tape and starting from 2, we apply 3 full turns on the edge, like this, you see? We are applying 3 full turns by pulling the tape one already, you need to stretch the tape by pulling it in order it sits on the ring very firmly. Second turn and third turn. Like this. This ring should be visible. Here we have 3 full turns. Then you take your knife and you cut it. Like this. You see? And we have something like this. Now we need to cut this part of the tape, because tape is normally larger than this ring. So we need we will cut the tape on this edge. You see? So I take my cutter knife and I'm cutting type like this. Then you just remove the remains of the tape like this, you see. This we don't need it, and we will have something like this. Now we need to reassemble these two rings together. One and another one with the insulation tape on it. You screw it in. You will need to apply a bit of force because there is already a friction between this ring and that one because of insulation tape we put on this ring. And you screw the ring applying a force. Like this. You screw it in order this ring should be as close as possible to this ring. Then you find the red dot, yes, here, and you should align it with number 2, but still we can make one more turn, I guess. Let's check it. Here we have. So, red dot against 2 and our new dot aligned all 3 together like this. Then we're taking this screw and we need to find the hole inside. Here we have. We put screw in. And we are screwing it inside. Against our marking, you see. Now let's see how it works. When we have our lens at 2, it's wide open. Then you turn 2.8, 4, 5.6, 8, and so on, so on. So you turn your ring, there is no clicks, and your ring is not reversed anymore. It shows the correct aperture value. Then you take your focusing block, make sure the spacer ring is inside and correctly on its place, and you just screw the optical block inside the focusing part, and you tighten it firmly in order the scales should be aligned in one line like this. Here you have. So you have your focusing scale, it works very well. You have now your aperture moving smoothly without any clicks, and it shows correct values. For example, f4, you can read that you are shooting at f4. That's it. This is Retro Photo House. We are working for you, for your satisfaction. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.